Hello, everyone, and welcome to the session for the TRA in collaboration with ourselves, Creative 971. Great to see it's working. We're seeing your comments on the other screen, right on the left, or actually on my right, so you can see me switching back and checking your comments. So good morning, everyone. We're ready to start, and we hopefully be able to answer all your questions and let us know if there's anything in advance that you would like to know from us. Other than that, I would just leave the word quickly to Nico, and then we'll switch back to the presentation to show you step by step what we'll be talking about.
Yes, so definitely good morning from my side as well. And if we look around, what Julia just mentioned is because we have multiple streams running at the same time, and we want to catch all of the questions and definitely waiting that everyone is ready. It will be a very interactive and productive session, to be honest. So if you would like, you can ask all the questions, whatever you have, directly between the slides, directly whatever we're talking, or maybe you have some questions which you just would like to have answered, right, in regards to Shopify. So please feel free to directly send it via the chat. And yeah, we'll just wait another 10 seconds and then we would basically jump into the presentation.
Yeah, so basically to let you know, you can see the comment section. We are overlooking that from the actual other screen. So at any time when we're talking about a topic or you feel there's one point you need to ask more in depth or you need a short clarification, just type your comment. We'll have a look at the screen and then we'll verify and answer your question while we go through the presentation. So we want you to understand this is more like an interactive presentation. It's not like we talk our talk and then you have the questions at the end. And please, we just need to quickly understand because we're not native Arabic speakers. So we'll try to do our level best to translate that for you or even reply back to you then accordingly. You asked the question, can we talk in Arabic? This session is in English only, and at the registration we mentioned that it's in English because ourselves, unfortunately, are not native Arabic speakers, so we won't be doing the session in Arabic today. So we will start the presentation for you. As you can see, most probably in the screen, it will show you the details of the presentation. We're just waiting a second. Can you let us know if you can see the presentation? I think you cannot see the presentation, so we'll have to share the screen with you. Just a second. All right, so now we tried it again. Right, apologies. Now it should work because we just shared the screen. All right, so there we go. We'll be talking quickly a bit about who we are. So answering the question in the chat. So who are we? What do we do? Why do we do the things the way we do them? And just giving you an insight on on ourselves and as well on the topic that we'll be talking about. So again, as you can see, we are Creative 971, which means we are e-commerce only agency. We solely work on the platform called Shopify. We are Shopify and Shopify Plus approved partner for the GCC. And we are having a collaboration with the TRA. So now myself, I'm Julia. I'm the co-founder of Creative 971. And I'll just hand over the word to Nico again, that you saw us in the beginning, to introduce himself as well.
Yes, as Julia said, my name is Nico, and I'm the technical lead or the CTO of our agency. So I'm most probably the person who face a lot of the data, the data heavy lifting, I would say it like that. So whatever you need to know or understand, maybe on a technical requirement, definitely you can ask those questions as well. Happily to answer them. At the same time, we are running on the live chat right now on 2 screens, to be honest. And I wanted to understand, do you have the requirement to maybe have it in Arabic? Right? Would you like to have that? Because we saw that question. Would it be helpful for you to have maybe Arabic while we're talking in English? Would this be something for online?
All right, we'll leave that as an open question. Definitely, as you can see on the slide, we're talking about importance of mobile friendliness for the UAE e-commerce sector. So that's not platform related. We'll be letting you know in terms of topic.
Can you hear us clearly, and can you see the screens and everything? Is it fine now? Could you just say something in the chat if everything works fine for you?
All right. So if you all can hear us and you can see the screen, then we're perfectly in line now. Perfect. Thank you, Moza. Thank you, Samer. Thank you, everyone. So looking at the agenda for today, we will be talking a bit about, as I said, who we are, what do we do, why do we do the things the way we do them. We will give you an idea of how the market currently looks in the UAE. So we'll give you actual on-hand facts of statistics within the UAE. And we'll give you a definition of what does it mean, like what is mobile friendliness, what is mobile responsiveness, and also why is it so important. We'll leave you a few tips and tricks of our own experience within the market that we think it's a good fit for you to know. And at the end, we'll have a quick question and answer session. But again, if there is anything that you would like to be answered, meanwhile, we have a look at the comment screen, so we can definitely see any question raised, and we will answer that during our presentation ahead. So now, coming a bit of the relation, why do you have us talking here today? We are, as a digital agency, in collaboration with the TRA. That means we've signed an MOU in 2017 to boost e-commerce in the UAE and to help provide a e-commerce ecosystem. That means we're helping on topics like today, the mobile friendliness. We're helping on topics like design questions, anything that is around the area of e-commerce that helps you as in building your business and helps you to grow and scale your businesses. So also at that point, if there is any topic in the future you would like to hear from us or that you would like to have more of a detailed knowledge, then please leave your comments or please leave your feedback in terms of what topic would be interesting for you. As Nico mentioned, if you would like to have a session subtitled in Arabic or any sort of Arabic content, please mention that to us as well.
So what we thought we will start with is definitely the insight into the newest data which we have received from Hootsuite. And you will see basically directly here the total population as per January 2019. So we're talking about 9.61 million users or million the population. And then at the same time, more important, I would say, is you even will see the ratio, the percentage, how many users are actually being on the mobile or even on the internet. And this is shocking. If you compare it to any other country, which we'll jump later into another slide, you will see why is it so important to actually work in the right direction within your company website or your personal website to have it basically adapted for the mobile friendliness. Because as well, to that point, we'll come in the next slide. with some real facts, what we have experienced throughout the agency over the last couple of 3 years, the adjustments and the changes. But this one is the official update for our country of the United Arab Emirates in January 2019. So definitely you can make a screenshot. It's very insightful for you even to go through. All of the points are written there and described. So I think there is not much what we need to explain. It's just really telling you that almost every single person using the internet, every single person is being on a social media or on the social networks, and as well as having the mobile subscriptions and mobile penetration running. Yeah, so at the same time, the mobile social media users is definitely increasing. So what we can do is we can make a slide from the past years as well, maybe share it to you on a later point, so you will see how the change actually is happening as well.
I saw we got a question, most probably how I can make a website. So basically how you can make a website is a different topic that we will not be talking about today, but we can definitely contact you later on and help you out with getting your website live. So basically coming to what Nico said, overlooking the statistics, we have a mobile penetration that is comparatively high compared to other countries in the world. Now we're looking at around 75% mobile penetration. That includes the Android as well as iOS users. They are mostly the largest group in terms of mobile devices used in the UAE. And as well, looking at the different profiles of customers, purchasing behaviors of, let's say, Samsung or Android user compared to an iPhone or iOS user, there's significant differences that you can see that are as well available within Google Analytics, that you can see on any website. But what is the main goal, what we want to tell you in this? The large mobile penetration means there is a significant interest to get your website, e-commerce website, any other content that you bring out, mainly important to have it aligned for your phone. So penetration means the traffic that is going there. So many people are actually using it. So meaning 75% of the UAE users are using the mobile phone to access websites, to access social media, to access the internet, to access any information, to Google information on the phone. This means penetration, using the phone. And as you probably know yourself, or anyone in the morning waking up, usually the phone is always with us, right? The phone accompanies us through the entire day. So most of the user behavior goes, especially in the UAE, through the online channels in terms of purchasing something, whether it be from resellers or websites like souk.com or Namshi or noon.com. So the constant usage of the phone is there. And as well, looking at the UAE having an excellent network in terms of free Wi-Fi providers, we can see that everyone who literally owns a phone has easy accessibility to the Wi-Fi, which is definitely very, very advanced country that we're living in compared to other countries worldwide. And this shows as well why so many people are using the internet, or in general, the internet on a mobile phone rather than on a tablet or on a desktop in the UAE. All right, coming towards the understanding in terms of importance, as well as Nico mentioned, Hootsuite is a provider of social networking or social platform scheduling, but they also release every year around January a statistic about each country in terms of usage, mobile usage, advantage, in terms of understanding the mobile social media penetration. That means how many users are actually using the mobile social media. You can see in the UAE we're in the position 1. So meaning 92% of the slide that Nico showed before of people within the UAE are actually using the social media through their phone, right? So we can see, coming to the slide that I have mentioned earlier, people using the phone as a main device to connect to websites, to connect socially. We're seeing that a big trend is going to social media platforms, and mostly everyone is using their maybe Instagram or Facebook or any sort of other social platforms on the phone, right? So this gives a huge advantage for anyone building your website or having your e-commerce website linked through social media, or having it related, having it like basically connecting to your website. It will allow a lot of people or your target audience to capture the right information and to capture where your audience is. Because there's something you have to know. If you look at the worldwide average, which we can see a bit more on the right in the screen, there's a small white bar. It says sits at 42%. That means it's the worldwide average of people using their mobile phones to access social platforms. And as you can see, UAE being far, far ahead, we have a very large potential here to also retarget, use the marketing on a different scale for our region. We're just diving in a bit more into the statistics around financial inclusions, and then we would be coming to the actual steps in order to understand more how does actually mobile friendliness work.
Yeah, so just what we have seen before, it means it's the social media penetration. It's not only amazing for an e-commerce website or the e-commerce industry, it's actually for every single kind of business, right? Whether you're having your normal website, a business website, definitely this should be something which you put down on your marketing budget or in your marketing vision, right? So whether you're selling your e-commerce website, and actually, as I said, a normal website, doesn't matter. But what you need to keep in mind is it should be mobile friendly, because even on Google, there was recent changes that the score overall will be more focused on, or it will be higher given if the website is highly mobile friendly and mobile responsive. So let's jump into the next factor here. What you will see, it's from January 2019 as well. So it's just a breakdown of the overall experience, how you can describe it within our country. But those reports are from Hootsuite. Again, we are not having the official reports from the fintech or from the payment gateways or bank sector. So this might vary, right? We're only having the source from Hootsuite. I just wanted to say that. So if you even look at that, right? So definitely most of the people, or even our clients, we know that cash on delivery is extremely important, right? And you need to keep in mind to have definitely that offering as well, because now you will see here we have a 88% of the people actually having a bank account, right? Or even if you look at 45% having a credit card. So definitely it's a cash dominant country. That's why we still see around 60 to 70% cash on delivery orders. And at the same time, it's just working way faster, right? But we're coming into that direction that we actually have the credit cards increasing. It always depends what you offer at the same time, right? Most probably your rates will be cheaper on a shipping cost because the cash on delivery is just more expensive. If you go further, you will see the online purchases and overall percentage of the transactions made by a male or by a female, right? So if you want to take a screenshot, please do so as well, because those are very nice facts which are always good to know.
The presentation also will be, I think, downloadable after this session. We have assessment questions. So once we finish the presentations, there's a couple of questions that you will answer through the presentation. And then you can as well have an access to the presentation.
Yeah. So I believe if there was no other question, we could jump into the next one. So it's basically the conclusion. So what is the commerce actually, or the e-commerce or commerce overall in the industries? How does it change, or what is important to basically adapt? Right. This is something which we're happy to run into a little bit Q&A if you would like. So you would just need to see some questions coming in and allowing actually the time to ask.
That's fine. Anyways, we have the screen with us so we can see what you're asking. Now, in terms of commerce is changing, what is important to be adaptive? So definitely you should have a mobile friendly and mobile responsive website. Now, not everyone knows what does it mean to be mobile friendly or what does it mean to be mobile responsive when it comes to websites, especially e-commerce websites. Now, there's a very easy definition. So basically, a mobile friendly website is supposed to be working exactly the same across any device. A mobile responsive website is one that responds to the needs depending on the device that the user is using. And that's definitely two short descriptions that we will dive in now more into detail. Now you can see a screen. It's showing you on the left side a very small text, very, let's say, zoomed out version of a website that would be an older static website that you would open on a mobile device. And on the right side, you can see a adjusted screen that shows you the same website that you watch on a tablet or on a desktop in a mobile adjusted / mobile friendly or responsive version, which allows you to understand, to read the text properly, because since we're having mostly smaller screens on the mobile devices compared to a desktop, we need to assure that the text is properly readable, the navigation and the user guidance through the website is adjusted to a mobile experience rather than through a desktop experience. Now, the difference in terms of how it appears, it's very easily to see for you if you're looking at the two different screens and you see, imagine you are opening a website, any website, but predominantly an e-commerce website that you're planning to shop or that you're planning to spend more time on browsing, understanding the items. On the left screen, you will be most probably left out with small images, too small text, too difficult to navigate. It's very like cluttered. It's not clear. It's broken. Probably the appearance is not as what you would imagine it to be. On the right screen, you can definitely see it's very clear text. It allows you to easily search an item, have the categories straightforward in your screen, and as well show you the images in a bit larger quality, so you can understand in terms of text and images the structure of a mobile friendly or mobile responsive website is very clear and very straightforward.
So now we will be talking what is actually the difference between a responsive web design and a mobile first web design. So definitely a responsive web design means whatever template or theme or custom built website you're gonna have. Definitely it should adapt based on the most common screens, right? Whether it's an iPad, whether it's an Android machine, at the same time for the mobile, right? Because we have multiple screens, which you definitely need to test the website. Nowadays, what we actually even do as an agency, we start to focus more on the mobile, right? And building not only a mobile first web design, but rather a mobile version and a desktop version and a tablet version. So we rather try to adapt web design layouts or versions which are more custom or bespoke made for all of the devices. But yes, for you just to be aware, I would rather focus on a mobile first web design approach, right? That everything works perfectly on your mobile and should look how it performs on a mobile, and then adapt from that to the desktop version. because just we have so much more actual users or actually buyers coming from a mobile, to be honest, right? And even if we compare the checkout rates from mobile to a desktop, which we just know from an agency perspective, it's a way higher, right? So definitely keep that in mind. It depends always in what stages you are, right? If you're a startup and just need to have a website which is mobile responsive, and most probably start with a Shopify theme or with a normal theme, right, which you purchase and set up, definitely those are responsive and already good to go, right? But we are just talking about the difference between the mobile first web design and the responsive web design.
Yeah, so attaching to what Nico said, if you're looking at the screen coming up now, we've mentioned there is mobile friendly and mobile responsive site. So definitely a site that is maybe adjusting to the screen that is mobile friendly doesn't mean automatically it's responsive. Mobile responsive site is important. Why? It will allow you to break down the speed of opening or loading any pages or any images or whatever you want to view on a mobile screen. So in terms of web design or web development, you have to make sure that your website is not mobile friendly only, but also mobile responsive. It just, as I said, reduces the speed. The speed in an e-commerce site is definitely always a critical thing. The faster your site performs, the better it obviously is optimized for the shopping experience. In terms of SEO friendly, as you can understand, Google is always giving the traffic or giving the preference to websites that are adjusted, and so it will definitely give you a better ranking if you adjust your website or e-commerce website in a mobile responsive way. And it's just supported by more browsers. So any browser that you're basically using within, most probably worldwide, but we're talking about the UAE. So most of the browsers that you're using that are common browsers, they will understand mobile responsive design and development, open the page and allow the user to to basically have the best experience possible. So if you're having an e-commerce website or a normal website, what do you want? You want to be visible, right? You want people to understand what you're doing, people to purchase, people to give you an insight of how you can best function on your website. And definitely looking at the UAE and looking at the statistics we provided you, the mobile is the way forward. So definitely it's not only important to have a good website experience, but also definitely optimize that. And as Nico said, create a mobile first experience. And you see that in a lot of screens, or probably you've seen it in real life examples. If you look at probably also the applications, like if you're booking an airline ticket through Emirates or you're booking a cinema ticket, those experiences are streamlined for a mobile. They're usually less information, but more detailed. So they're normally not as much storytelling. They would be more straight to the point, because it's just less time that you're spending and converting all over in terms of the actual end result that you want the user to take away from your business or website or whatever it is. And these are just the points you need to consider.
Yes, if we're jumping now into the conclusion, it's always right. It's depending where actually your user is, but to be honest, most of the users are on a mobile. But you need to understand them, right? If we're looking at all of our viewers right now, and we are maybe having around 50 or 60 overall, everywhere spread over. So I'm pretty sure you check out us right now on a desktop, right? So it's always important to understand what is the target audience, what content do you provide, and based on that to adapt. But overall, in a general, if we're talking about e-commerce, right, definitely it should be a mobile use and a mobile UX, UI focused. As well as on a normal business operational website, because it's just more important for you. But apart from that, it depends, right? You need to understand for what kind of business you're doing that, right? Or whether you still have or only have a B2B business. So it depends. If you have some questions about that, please let us know as well.
Yeah, so Nico mentioned already what's the outcome, what we could all see throughout the presentation. What I will be doing now is giving you an insight, or basically a quote that was raised or given by His Highness Sheikh Mohammed. The race for excellence has no finish line. So this is exactly how you have to approach basically focusing or doing your website or whatever you're doing in your life. You will never be perfect, but you have to start to reach somewhere. So just take that as an inspiration. We'll be definitely opening up to the Q&A section now. And we want to thank you as well. And thank you to the TRA and to you in attending. So Shireen, I was just seeing, can you repeat a website responsive meaning? Yes. So let us go back to the screen. Yeah, it's actually here. So basically, a mobile friendliness means, hold on, I think this screen describes it the best. A mobile friendly, you can see on the difference basically. A mobile friendliness site will work on every single browser, or wherever you go, it will work the exact same way across devices.
But we need to say this is something which we usually don't come across anymore, right? This is just if you maybe come to a website which is old, maybe, I don't know, 6 years, 7, 8 years old, right? Sometimes you experience that because your full website, as you would experience that in a browser, right, on a desktop, it would just shrink down and you have it very small, not user-friendly on the mobile, right? So this, we still experience that, and this is totally not good at all, right? Not for the user, not only for the user, but for your overall rankings and performance, whether it's the SEO, right, the speed, or whatever other work you will do on your website. It shouldn't be done, right? So you rather redo your site and then you focus on the right marketing, because it will help you.
Yeah, so basically, Shireen, to answer that, mobile friendliness is something that people started talking about years ago. But basically, the actual difference is what Nico just said, that a mobile responsive site adjusts. So let's say even if you have a tablet or a mobile phone and your website is done from a company that understands the website needs to be responsive, that means it's optimized for the actual screen you're using it in. So if I'm looking at it in the mobile phone, it's adjusted to work exactly the way it should in a mobile phone. The same for the tablet, the same for the desktop. But these three designs, if you keep them next to each other, they all look different in a way. A bit different, the adjustment is different, the content is different. In the mobile, many content points are left out, as I said earlier. For a mobile-friendly site, it is not the way. Mobile-friendly site is one-to-one the same on any device you're looking at it. It doesn't leave out content, it's not optimized, meaning it's not responsive to the device that is being used. Let me know, Shireen, if that was an answer for you, if that was clear. All right, is there any more questions from you guys? Anything else that you feel you want to understand? We have definitely, as I said, the presentation shared, but anything you feel you wanted to get a more of an understanding in, because we'll be closing then the presentation in a couple of minutes and giving you the time to do your assessment questions and finalize the tutorial of today. Thank you, Shireen. Yes, definitely. You're welcome.
I mean, for all of you, you can even go to our website. It's called creative971.com, right? As you will see it here, creative971.com. And at the same time, you can sign up via email, or just reach reach out to us with info@creative971.com, because we will run actually multiple events, conferences within the next couple of months as well. We have more webinars coming up. So if you need to know more or would like to understand more, definitely come and reach out.
Yeah, and as I said earlier, any topics that you have that you want us to cover, please let us know. The next topic I believe we're doing together with the TRA is 28th of March, and it will be about the multi-channel or omni-channel experience. That means we will be talking about the importance of not website only or not in-store experience only, but as well giving you an understanding how certain platforms connect. So let's say if I'm checking on Google, how is the store open, store opening times, and then if I don't find opening times on Google, I would go on a mobile phone. So basically just understanding how different softwares and devices work together for your business, specifically for the e-commerce relevance. So yeah, thank you very much, everyone. And we would be then ending the
yeah, thank you so much for your time and
switching screen.